Hey, what's up, guys? This video is going to be about drawing your trend lines, how to draw your trend lines correctly. Okay, so this is how I draw mine. Always, like, for me, the way I trade, I trade based on the higher time frames, basically the 4-hour and the daily, and I really get on the 1 hour just for entries, possible entries. Okay, so what I'll try to do is see if I can make sense of a trend line. Like, okay, that's a good example, and make sure it has to be from one higher point to the next. So this point, this wick, and make sure they touch the wick to that wick. Okay. In a situation like this, you could draw it like from here to here. And what they do is the trend lines act as a diagonal support and resistance. So as you can see, it hit this trend line, it respected it, it bounced off, and see how hit this trend line, came down. Once it broke this trend line and retested right here with this wick, let's see if we can see on the smaller time frames. And see, it came down, and this is considered a retest. Some retest, well, this right here is actually considered a retest. This blue and green body, because it broke through, came down, retest. As long as a candle, and this candle right here, when this candle printed, that's when you would have got into your sell order, because it broke that trend line. That's a daily trend line, so that's a strong trend line. Okay, I like to draw my trend lines on the daily time frame because they're very, very strong. As you can see, came down, came back up, it hit this trend line. What it did, bounced off of it, respected it. See, came back up, hit this trend line, and now it's going down. Okay, it may be trying to go up a little bit, but it'll probably, more than likely, if it does go up, it'll tap this trend line and then it'll come back down. So trend lines really just kind of help guide you on, you know, where the market is going. You see what I'm saying? What the market is actually doing. It just kind of gives you as a guiding tool, like, you know, it's just, okay, you just need to be alert. Like, if you're down here and you're in the buy order going up and you're getting close to this line, you probably want to get out your order and see if, because there's a high chance of reversal once it gets to this line, as you can see. Okay, it came up, hit this line, reversed. It came up, near miss. This is what you call a near miss. It didn't actually tap the line, but still, I'm sure it's an area of resistance right here. Okay, as you can see, respected right here. Let me just put a little line. See, came resistance, resistance, resistance. Okay. So, draw your trend lines on a 4-hour chart or daily time frame. Okay. Go to one hour for your entries. That's what I do. But that's pretty much how you draw your trend lines. Like, if you don't draw them incorrectly, like if you draw them incorrectly, you're going to get thrown off. Like, example, let me delete this right quick and show you. Like, you wouldn't want to draw this trend line from here. Sometimes you have to ask yourself, does it make sense? Like, from this wick, from this high to this high. Now, in a sense, you could. You see what I'm saying? You could, because it broke through. It retested right here. Y'all got to remember, trading is very subjective. So there's a lot of different ways you can do stuff that will make it. It just depends on who you're learning from, okay? But for me, drawing it like this, it would just kind of throw me off, because if you see right now, it's above the trend line, and you will be thinking, well, this is still a buy zone. Up under the trend line is a sell zone. Cause see, it hit the trend line. That's when you would place a sell order and ride it down. You see what I'm saying? But see here, like, yeah, you could have, I mean, it just kind of throws me off. So it makes sense for me in this situation. Now, every situation is different. Okay. And you have to ask yourself, when you're drawing this out, you have to just use your own judgment. Like, okay, does that look right? I don't like the way that looks. That's why if you can't get a clear, go to the daily time frame. Okay. Go to the daily time frame. See, when you go to the daily time frame, you will see that, okay, look. Let me draw it from, to me, this wick right here, or better yet, never mind this, draw it from this wick. As long as the first 2 points match up, like, as long as it makes sense, okay? This wick right here, since that's the relative, these are the relative lows in this situation, and that wick right there, okay? Ignore this back here. So that's why I say in this situation, down, when you break it down, it's going to make sense. It's going to look right. See? You see what I'm saying? That's a daily trend line, so you know that that's a strong, strong resistance. So now, okay, hit it, come down, hit it again, come down. That third touch, once it bounces off that third touch, that's like a guaranteed sell. Like, from what I've seen in my experience, like 1, 2, 3, I mean, I know it's going to shoot down. You see what I'm saying? And that's just something that I know, like, it's respected. It's respected this area of support. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, about 32 hours. It's just, you know what I'm saying? And it's already come down. So technically, when it would have got to this trend line and you would have seen that it's struggling to pass it, you could have placed a sell order and still took profit from here down to here. You see what I'm saying? And that's what trading is all about. Placing orders and making profit from it. That's what it's all about. So that's how you draw your trend lines. You can draw them. Look, if you want to draw them on a weekly time frame, the higher the time frame, the stronger everything. The stronger the line, the stronger the support and resistance. You see what I'm saying? But you got to understand, like, it takes a whole week for these candles to print. So that's when it's like, okay, you don't want to, like, depending on how you trade, like, I look at the weekly time frame for some things, but not while I'm trading. I just stay on the daily and the 4 hour. So drawing your trend lines, make sure you draw them correctly, draw them from wick to wick. And you can, let me give you one more example. This would be a good example too, like, that's been a good example. You see how it's respecting that, acting as support, broke through. You could have zoomed in on a smaller time frame, and you could have shorted it from here to here. And when I say short, that means sell. Okay. And so it's just kind of giving you a guide and kind of letting you know, like, okay, you get opportunities to sell and buy off these trend lines. So let me see if I can find you one more example real quick. Like from here to here. See how it broke through? It came back up, it retested, and it dropped. See, if you go to the smaller time frame, you can see that this right here is a retest of newfound resistance. These blue bodies. You see what I'm saying? This is very powerful because it's on the daily time frame. So when you see that it's respected this, it's respected this trend line. Back here, it's bounced off this trend line. Bounced. So it's respected. It broke through. Once it breaks through, this now becomes support. Okay? It's no longer, I mean, it now becomes resistance. It's no longer support. Over here, it acted as support. Now it's acting as resistance. So for 1-2 days, and then once you get this, I'm sure on the 4-hour chart, you can see the bearish engulfing pattern. You could have got in your order and, you know, took it down to here, and you would have made profit. So that's really, that's what trend lines are for, just to help guide you and look for possible entry points. So I will see you guys on the next video.